All right, we got Gracie's 2016 Nissan Rogue over here. It's got a bit of a vibration issue, so we'll get right into it. I'm going to show you what it looks like running, and one of the first things I found, and I will roll that now. All right, check this out. All right, you can put it in gear and hold the brake. Look at this, y'all. She's a shaky. No more vibration. And that kills it in the brake pedal. It's back. It's gone. Back. It's gone. I am going to check the motor mount on the bottom side here, but I'm pretty sure that's just clips in. So obviously that plastic intake is rattling like crazy. You can actually feel it in the brake pedal, but it's also vibrating a lot more than it should. So I got my scope out. You can see here that is fluid from the transmission mount, which is located directly underneath this battery here. So I got my scope down there looking at it. That thing's worn out too, creating more vibration, but so we're going to end up replacing this ductwork here, which is all loosey-goosey and not held on very good. And then we'll get that transmission mount fixed if she wants to. And then that should ease out all that vibration, so that'll be good. So let me get this thing in the shop on the lift and let me talk to her, and then we'll get started on the work. All right, we got Grace's Rogue up in the air here. So I was going to show you what the fluid, hydraulic fluid looks like coming down the backside of this tire. But then I found this as well. So we'll be doing a tie rod video. Look at this play. Holy cow. It's actually rotating the entire strut assembly up there. Should probably make sure that's tight, but that explains some of the weeble wobbling going down the road too. So that needs a tie rod in the worst kind of way, I think. It's got to be what that is. So we're gonna go ahead and pull this tire. Actually, you know what? I could probably just take you under here and look at it. We're gonna be pulling the tire anyway, but yeah, you look up through this hole here. Let me give you some light. Look at all that hydraulic fluid from the transmission mount. Oof, yeah, she's toast. Ladies and gentlemen, she is toast. So I'm gonna bring it down and we're gonna start taking some things off from the top. And we may have to come back and come through this wheel hole here. I'm not sure. We're just gonna kind of figure it out on the fly. All right, before we get started, I'm going to say that I will have a link up here in the video and in the description below for the parts that we use off of Amazon. If you'd like to order that, that really helps us out. Otherwise, you can get them at your local parts store. But going right into it, we got to take off this plastic, which we're also going to repair while we do. So we have a 10 millimeter here, and we have two push pins right there holding it down. And I think that's literally it. And then I'm going to make something that fixes this because they want $335 for the redesigned plastic pieces that go here, which are still two pieces. Like, why wouldn't you make this one complete piece? Like, it's not stopping you from taking it out. This is some of the worst engineering I've ever seen for something so trivial. But anyway, so I'm gonna, before we put this back in, we're gonna try and build like a collar that will wrap around here and secure this, and probably use the same bolt hole. And then find some way to secure this tighter to the box. These I'll probably swap with bolts, but we'll cross this bridge whenever we reassemble it. For now, let's take it apart. All right, the next step is going to be to pull this battery out. So we got some wing nuts here that have the battery hold down. We'll take those off. Then it looks like 10 millimeter. That might actually be slightly smaller, but we'll get both these cables off. We'll pull this battery out, and then we will move on to the battery tray. All right, now we need to get this tray out of our way, and then we should be able to access the mount. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 10 millimeters there. I think I can unbolt it and just flip it over kind of to get it out of the way. That's what we're going to try and do. Otherwise, we'll have to pull these modules off at the side so we can remove it and undo all the push pins to the harnesses, which that we're going to do that anyway because that runs over to the fuse box. So we'll pull these push pins out down here, and then see what we can do once we unbolt it. All right, we are gonna have to take the modules off. So I'm gonna pull this 10 millimeter nut here, and I'm gonna pull both these 10 millimeter bolts here. That will allow us to hopefully move these, the ECM and I don't know what that is, TCM maybe over there, out of the way. And then we can pull this tray out. I'll hold the tray down for these. There's one more push pin up here that needs to come loose. If I can get to it. There it goes. Okay. Okay. It's got that side pretty much free. There's some 10 mil skis down on the bottom side, just one, down in this bottom right corner of this ECM. We need to get that off. Try not to drop it. I don't want to be finding that. Okay. There we go. That allows this whole bracket to come out. Okay, let's take a look at what we got now. We got 3 bolts we're going to get to here that hold it to the trans. 1, 2, 1 back there, 3, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bolts that I see so far. We might have some that come in sideways through the frame rail too. Let me go grab the new part and we'll stare at the new one and we'll just make sure that we can identify all the fasteners before we start taking anything off. Hey, what's this down here? Old battery terminal just laying down there. Okay, that's always nice. That's always nice. You can tell they replaced it. What the hell's going on here? Oh my God, they got like a filler cap. Oh God. All right, y'all, so I pulled out the new mount and there are 3 bolts that we're gonna find behind this panel up coming this way on the frame rail we're gonna take out. Also, while I was pulling the tire, so to get to these, you're gonna wanna get it up, get it supported, get your tire off. We're gonna pull this little cover plate off right here, and then we should be able to get up in here and get all 3 of them. We're gonna start with those 3 bolts. Right, and then we'll lower it back down and we'll support the tranny with a jack and a block of wood. Then we can take out all the ones from the top, flop it out, plop the new one in. But I did want to tell you that I am such an idiot. So I actually picked up outer tie rod ends while I was there. And you know, those rubbers are tore up. Like, it could use them, but she's young. She's on a budget. Look at this. I'm so stupid. It wasn't the tie rods. Look at the ball joint play. It's the freaking lower ball joint that's destroyed. So that's what she's gonna need. So I gotta get a ball joint for this thing. Probably have to press it in, which means we'll have to pull the spindle, but that will be in another video. For now, let's get back to this mount. So once your tire's off, everything's supported, good to go. We're gonna pull these push pins here. It looks like 2 are missing. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them that should come out. Then this panel will come off, and then I'm gonna raise it up a little bit more, and we're gonna look up through this hole right here, and we're gonna try and get to those 3 bolts. All right, so I got this in a little more of a comfortable spot for me. So you'll see there's 1, 2 bolts right here, real easy to get to. Then there's gonna be a 3rd one, because there always has to be a tough one, right up yonder, which I think with a nice little flex head ratchet wrench, it shouldn't be too bad. We're gonna start with that hard one, and then I'll do these 2, and I will let you know how bad it is. Also, look at all of this hydraulic fluid from that mount. Holy cow, man. Also, I'm pretty sure they've had this transmission redone because the pooky RTV around this thing is not consistent whatsoever. But I do know these trannies are terrible, so is that how those CVTs came? Just gooped up with RTV on every seam? Because look, this one's got it too. I don't know. If somebody knows, answer that in the comments for me. I'm not super familiar with them. I just know they're like throwaway transmissions, but anywho, let me get this bolts out and then we'll go from there. Feel it. It's up in that corner. That direction. So I'll splice this in from whenever I was doing those bolts. I straight missed that sucker. And it's, you got the 2 here, the one way up here. There's another animal that I somehow missed, even looking at the new part way up here, that direction. I might have to put my mount back together to try and raise it up in the air and get to that. All right, y'all, so all 3 bolts are out here. They are right here. They are 16 millimeters and not 15. So hopefully you watched the whole video before you just went in there and were disappointed like myself. But 16 millimeters, the one up top, that's definitely the toughest one. It's not terrible. A flex head ratchet wrench like This one here is going to be almost required, I would think. But yeah, I put it in there like that and did it. But I'll tell you the other one that was annoying. It wasn't hard, it was just annoying. Is this one right here, because it's got edges on each side, so you can only ratchet it like 4 teeth at a time. Silly. So I would go up one, side one, middle one. That's super easy. But I mean, all in all, it wasn't terrible. That took me like, what, 10 minutes? But they're all out. You'll see I also unplugged this harness here because I was scared I was about to hit that plug with my ratchet wrench. And most importantly, I took out a 13mm holding this ground wire to the transmission right there, because that was in the way to accessing this bolt up here. So I take those couple things off. At least you definitely have to take this off. You probably don't actually need to unplug that. That didn't do a whole lot. Get those 3 bolts out. Now I'm going to lower it back down. We're going to slide a jack under, and we're going to put a block of wood under it and lift right here in this spot and just put a little tiny bit of tension on it, so we can unbolt that mount on the top and it doesn't, you know, crash down. All right, y'all, we are on the home stretch with this transmission mount here. I still got to put my jack under, but for right now what we need to do is this shift linkage is in the way. So this is the cable that actually shifts the transmission, and it looks like it's slotted. It may have a bit of adjustment. So what I'm going to do is take a paint pen. We're going to put a dab on the side here where this lines up with the stud in the middle, not the nut, and then that way we can mark it and make sure we get it back in the same spot. And we're going to take this off, drop that line out because it's covering that bolt right there, and I don't think we can get to it without moving it. And then we need to come over here and we need to pop this off of this bracket because we need to get this. Actually, I can just push it. So we got a 12 mil there and a 12 mil there. We need to take both of those off because they're bolted to this bracket as well. As soon as those are free, we're good to put our piece of wood under and apply some positive pressure, and then we can start zipping out all of the bolts. We will have to pull this little cover here too on the air filter housing. So we'll pull that one. We'll pull this one over here, and then it looks like it should come out of here somehow, some way. We just got to figure it out. Let's put that. It's a little dirty air filter there. We might just remove this whole little case right here just to expose that bolt back there, make it nice and easy. I think that's what we'll do. So we got a 10 mil there. We got to unplug the mass airflow sensor here, unpin it, and then we'll just use a flathead to loosen that band clamp and work this sucker out of there. So let's do that. Let me do that real quick, and then we'll have plenty of space to do what we need to do. All right, I just pulled the air box out, and if you're struggling with this little clip, it has to be squeezed on, I'm sorry, it has to be squeezed on the top and the bottom. If you're struggling, what I did is I actually unbolted it and undid it from the duct and pulled it forward so I could get to the back of it and squeeze that to push it out. But we're good there. Now we can get to our last bolt. Let's remember that the little grommet sits on there for the breather box, so we got to get that into position on the new one. So we'll take that off real quick. That's a 12 millimeter, so we'll get that off while we unbolt this bracket here and unpin this push pin. And then, yeah, I think we're finally home free. All right, we got our bracket over here nice and free. So now we can let her rip. I do have my jack in. Block of wood is in place. Everything's good. So let's get in here and take these 16 millimeters out. There's one. So I just put a little paint mark from back here the way it looks like it's in the line to me, which hopefully it will still look like that whenever I go to put it back. Meaning I hope my perspective doesn't change, but I'm going to stand in the same spot and line it up the same way I just did with my eyes, and hopefully that works. Because there is certainly adjustment there. Yeah, I'd say so. Okay, there's that nut. Okay, here we go. This is where if the tranny was going to fall, that's where it was going to fall. But we are all good. Whoa, look at that bolt. It's way different. That's cool. All right, we got one bolt left on the mount. There we go. Now we just gotta carefully fish it out of here, I reckon. Oh my God, there's another bolt. Where? Where and why? Oh, there's another motor mount bolt in the back. There's a motor mount bolt back there that I gotta get to. Which means it would not have dropped on that one. I thought it would have. It's gonna drop now. It did shift a little bit. I don't know if y'all saw that. Nothing crazy though. And that bolt's just like the other ones. So now, oh, why won't that budge now? To be another frame rail. Oh, I see it. How the hell do you get to that? There's another frame rail one up over here. And now that I've dropped the tranny off of it, getting to that is going to be an absolute nightmare and a half. Okay, let's see what I can do. That sucks. All right, let me figure that one out, and then I'll get back with you how I do it. All right, so I ended up taking a flex head ratchet and going down through this hole right here. You can just kind of reach under and put it on there. And then I would move down there. It was a real pain in the butt. And I would ratchet it until it fell off, get back up, put it on. I just did that all the way until it was finger loose enough for me to get it out. It was not the easiest, but it was doable. Now we are finally free with this monstrosity. So we need to kind of move some things out of the way here. Let's try and work it back. Now work it forward if we can. Oh, got to get it up over that tab. There we go. Look at that. Hey, hey, hey. Holy guacamole, man. Come on. All right. Now we just got to get our new one fished down in there. We're ready to bolt her up. Okay, I've decided I'm going to go ahead and put that grommet on in the vehicle just to give us a little more wiggle room. But we're ready to fish this puppy down in the hole now. Okay, come on, come on. Nice and careful. Hopefully you can kind of see that. There we go. We're in there like swimwear, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and start those three into the engine. I'm not going to tighten them yet. I'm going to start them, and then I'll push the engine rearward to get these three up here started. And then, yeah, we'll be good to torque them down. I'll look up the torque specs, and I will let you know. At this point, I'll put the torque spec on the screen. If you took it apart, you should be able to put it back together. So, yeah, we'll put those three in, put your hand on the engine, and just kind of give it a push to get the holes to line up, get them all finger started, and then tighten them down and torque them. And then you just button everything back up from there. Hopefully this video helps somebody out. This is not a terrible job at all. Pretty much anybody can do this, even with like the simplest hand tools, I'd say. So if you're worried about how much it's going to cost, just knock it out yourself. Not that bad. If the video helped you out, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you want to see more.